How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Elvis Junction Reviews. Today we're looking at a couple of products here from Athearn and Walthers. We're going to be looking at a couple of containers from Walthers, but the mainstay is this Athearn 48-foot Maxi 3 well car set in Santa Fe colors for the SFLC. That is a Santa Fe leasing company. That was their own leasing company. In the 90s, pretty much, like a bunch of railroads had their own leasing companies. I want you to come off. There we go. So this is a big box because it's a 5 set of well cars. So let's get that off to the side. They're all stacked up in this nice plastic here. Let's get this out of the way. We have our sheet here. We also have our warranty sheet. I always throw those away because it's just well, actually it's a sign up for Athearn News. I don't need to. So anyway, here is our little very small, but this is our sheet of details and parts, our part list. There's also a bunch of warranty on here. It's a limited 1-year warranty once this thing is opened. Okay, so here is our, actually let's rotate you guys down so you can see the 5 set. There we go. So here's our 5 set. Oh, inside of its protective casing here, it's a big plastic lid. Let's take that off and we'll move that right here. So we have a 5 set in here. I'm going to go through each of these starting from the bottom up to the top. So here we are. Our first one here is the B unit. Well, actually it's the B set. Oh, it's got plastic in it. Okay, I guess I'll be holding on to these. All right, but this is our B set right here. I'm also going to use this to look at the all the parts here. So this is an articulated set. We have our brake wheel. That's a different color. It's orange right here. We have our air tank reservoir right here. Our step ladders and grab steps here, as well as here's the well of the car. Now these can hold 48-foot containers, which is what we have 2 of here. Here is our Athearn coupler here. They have some of the best couplers in my opinion. So let's move that off to the side. Don't roll away on me. Make sure this thing is good. Next up is our E. Stack Electricity is wanting this to come down. Stay, stay, stay. I said stay. Thank you. So here's our E. Here is E, which is also part of the articulation. So you can see this is where the hook goes in. So if I was to put this in, you would see it just would snap in there, and now it can rotate. So let's move that. Don't move on me. I should put you there. All right, here is letter D. With its plastic cover here. Oops. So there you go. Looks very nice. Also has one grab here. Unfortunately, there's no grab here, but there is a grab on the other side, so it's perpendicular. I know that's not the right word, but it's the first word that came to my mind. And then we're going to pull out C, which is right here. Put that there. Here is C. I love that. I love the Santa Fe logo. It's such a great logo. And finally, we have A right here. I'm dropping things. So this is the end. This is the far end of the other car. So it also has a brake wheel as well as another air tank reservoir here. And it has only one walkway up here where the pin is. Okay, so now we have these all off to the side. I'm going to actually move this over. I'm actually going to grab those fallen bits. And we're now going to put these all together here. We have A. So that'll be our starter. So this is our back. This is B right here. So that'll be behind here. Don't roll away on me. We have C, so you can put it like that. Then we have D. Unfortunately, my table is not long enough for this, so I'm actually just going to put these here. Okay, but yeah, so as you can see, it's a 5 set. That is the longest. Ooh, where's the pin? There it is. That is the longest I think a well car's ever been articulated to. It's 5 set. Now the longest you can actually get are 56 well cars. They nobody's actually making them recently. I used to have one, but then I sold it because I didn't want it at the time because I was doing modern stuff and I didn't really need it at the time. But yes, the shortest you can get are 3 sets, and those are the Maxi 5s. Kato or Kato makes those. Athearn makes these as well as Maxi 1s. Walthers has been making Thrall and rebuilt Gunderson well cars, which are very nice because they're made out of metal, which means they have good weight to them. Athearn has great weight to these, even though they're made out of plastic. Their latest run is going to have better weight to it as well, so I'm really excited to get a few of those sets. And so let's get a little closer look at these containers now. So because we're looking at well cars, you need containers, and I bought a few just as a starter to go with the set because it was all I could afford. Anyway, we're looking at 2 Walthers Scene Master 48-foot rib side containers, one in NS Triple Crown and CSX. Here is our upside down Triple Crown, and here is our CSX. We're going to be looking at the Triple Crown, instead of the CSX, because in my personal opinion, this Triple Crown has a little bit more detail. So I'm just going to yank this thing off. Oops. Don't need that. And now it's on the ground. Let's slide our Triple Crown out. Let's throw the trash away. And now let's review this container. So the 48 container was the domestic shipping from the 80s to the 1990s. This was before the 53-foot came out. These were the standard for domestic shipping in the United States. You'd see them on trucks and trains. You never see them on ships because they were too long for the decks of the ships, and they were just a very unique way. You will never see a 48 or a 53-foot container outside of the US, Canada, or Mexico. But anyway, so it's a Walthers Scene Master, so it doesn't have a lot of detail like an Athearn or the Class 1 model railroad or a Rapido. But it still has a lot of legible reading here. So it's for Norfolk Southern and their Triple Crown service, which was a thing of the 90s. So we have molded on door handles to the actual shell of the container. We have a top here, which has, this is where the 80-foot. So the nice thing about it was that they kept the pegs in the same place so basically this is 4 extra feet from where the pegs are. So right here is an actual 40-foot container. There's just 4 extra feet on either side of the actual container. We have a nice ribbed bottom on here, as well as you can actually see the pegs right there, just barely. And let's actually quickly open up this CSX one so I can show you the stacking capabilities. There is no NMRA standards when it comes to the pegs of a container. Here's our CSX one. So all the different all the different model manufacturers, they have their own like peg in a hole situation. And Walthers is no different. So here we go. It's right on top just like that. Very simple. Because they fit their hole, the hole is designed to fit this peg here. So it's actually, as you can see, just stick it on there casually and boom. Now, if we do it the other way around, you can see we have put NS on top of CSX here, almost like a north-south situation, which is kind of what they are. Okay, so now let's grab our well car over here. Let's put that together, just like that. Wants to roll away on me, as things do. And in there and snug, nice and snug. Nothing, that's not moving at all. So this was a staple of the 90s and the late 80s. You'd see these as Santa Fe, Southern Pacific, Conrail, Burlington Northern, Union Pacific, CSX, Norfolk Southern, and Kansas City Southern, Canadian Pacific, Canadian National. They all did this. Now let's put our NS container right in here. So now we have single stack as opposed to double stack. And look at that. I found the sweet spot. It's not going to roll away on me. What happens if I move this? Sweet spot's still found. But the containers really do help with the weight. It really does keep the well cars from jumping the tracks. If you want to do a bare table train, I would not recommend, even though I've done a couple in the past on Railbros. Links will be to those in the in the top right. But anyway, let's go into my final thoughts. So overall, I love these. I love each product that I bought. I love the containers. I love the 48-foot. My entire Wellcars collection is all Athearn, because they're really, apart from Atlas, they're really the only ones who make 48 Wellcars still. Walthers used to make some in their Walthers Proto line. They stopped doing that. I do not know why. I wish they would make more, because I need ones that are heavy. Now, I'm not saying that the Athearn ones are heavy. They're actually really good when it comes to weight. Atlas, you could do a little bit better on your Wellcars. Those are extremely light. And whenever I was filming my Conrail ST60 Bear Table train for Rail Bros, they kept jumping the tracks repeatedly. So if you're going to get any Wellcars that you want 48 for domestic stacks, get Athearn, because they are great. Athearn went above and beyond. This is from an earlier run, though. They are coming out with a new run in November of this year. They're coming out with APL, Southern Pacific, Santa Fe, TTX, and I think one more, Northwest Container. And they're also coming out with 8 packs of 48 containers. So you will definitely be seeing a review later down the line. Hopefully in December, I will be getting at least one of those 5 sets. And hopefully at least one of the 8 packs of hopefully the Conrail. But anyway, if you enjoyed, please hit that like button, and also subscribe if you have not. It would really help the channel if you would. And also hit the notification bell to know when I upload. I upload on Mondays and Fridays at 9 a.m. So please hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.